Hey beauties, thought you guys might want to see a prom tutorial, so I did one for you guys. This is a pretty easy look to achieve. It's soft and warm. I know it's not going to go with everything, but I tried to pick something that was pretty universal. If you would like to see this look, just keep watching. Starting off, you want to make sure that you really prime your skin so that your makeup lasts all night. I'm using my favorite primer, Dior Pore Minimizer, to help fill in my pores all through my T-zone. And now I'm going in with a different foundation than normal. I'm using a damp beauty blender and Estee Lauder's Perfectionist foundation. My skin is a little bit dry right now, so I decided to use this to give it a little bit of oomph. It contains a serum of theirs, the CPR Perfectionist serum, so it really just helps my skin out. And I love the finish on this as well. Grabbing Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in a few shades lighter than my skin tone, I am taking this and placing it everywhere I want to highlight. So underneath my eyes, down the center of my nose, my forehead, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. Grab that damp beauty blender again and just blend all of that highlight out and make all the weird faces you can possibly make. And then I think I get something on my forehead and became very distraught and had to pick it off. I don't even know what it was. Now you guys, this is my favorite thing. I grab Hourglass Diffused Light and using my damp beauty blender, I set all my highlighted areas with this powder and it is so beautiful. Obsessed. To set the rest of my foundation, I grabbed the biggest brush in the entire world and then my MAC Natural Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus, and then I am pressing that into all the spots that I did not set with the diffused light powder. I'm using Nars Laguna for my bronzer. I haven't used this in quite a while, but I am going to town using my MAC 109 and buffing this into the skin. The way I get this to really look more seamless and melt it into the skin is basically that I am applying a little bit of pressure as I am buffing and I'm working that product into my skin. And I'm putting this everywhere that you would typically bronze. And now I always go in after I'm done with my bronzer and take my MAC 109 and just blend everything out so it looks a little bit more seamless. And I just think it, like I said before, melts everything into your skin and it just becomes one. Your bronzer becomes one with your skin. Why am I so weird? Anyway, I did my brows off camera. I have a video on how I do them, so I can link that down below. But now I am grabbing MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot to prime my eyes for the shadow and also to clean up underneath my brow. To start off the eye look, I'm taking MAC Blanc Type eyeshadow on a MAC 242 brush, and I'm taking that underneath the arch of the brow, making sure to blend down just a little bit. Then next, I'm grabbing MAC's Bamboo eyeshadow on a MAC 224, and I'm taking that and blending it all up into my crease, kind of towards my brow, and I'm using this color as a transition shade. This is going to make blending out all the other colors so much easier. I'm going to grab MAC Swiss Chocolate eyeshadow on that same 224 brush, and I'm going to go a little bit slower, a little bit more carefully, and blend this into the crease. Always make sure that you go back and forth and use circular motions to help blend out that eyeshadow. I use this shadow, MAC Brun, all the time. I love this color. I don't know why, but I'm taking that on a 217 from MAC, and I am kind of buffing it into the outer corner to create a little bit of depth, but I do not want it to go up into the crease, so be very, very careful. After you've placed down Brun, take the 224 from before with no extra product on it and blend around the edges to make sure that everything is nice and seamless. For the inner corner, I'm using MAC Nylon. This is the brightest, shiniest highlight in life, and I'm taking that on a MAC 219 pencil brush, and I'm packing it on the inner corner, buffing it out with my fingers so there's no harsh edges, and then bringing it forward in that inner corner so that I can lay the next color over top of it, and it'll help it to blend out. To get that shimmery look on the lid, I like to use MAC's Tan Pigment. And what I'm doing is I'm picking up with a 242, then pressing it in the lid so it presses the pigment into the brush, taking Max Fix Plus and then spraying the brush 2 or 3 times before I go in and press this on my lid. This Fix Plus spray makes it look so much more metallic than trying to use it dry. You want to place the majority of the product on the center of the lid and then start patting the extra product over top of Brun and Nylon to help it blend together. Because you lose some of the intensity of that outer color Brun, I am taking Brun again with a little bit more product and going tapping motion over top of Tan Pigment so that it brightens up, or I guess deepens up that color on the outer edge again. For the lower lash line, I grabbed my Nars 44 pencil brush, and then I'm following the same steps that I did on the top. So I'm going in with the lightest shade first, Bamboo, then I'm going in with MAC Swiss Chocolate, and then I'm taking Brun just on the outer corner to create a little bit of depth. This is probably a new one for you guys. This is MAC's Black Cream Liner. It's a thicker consistency, and you can use it that way to be more opaque, or do like I do and drop a few droplets of MAC's Fix Plus in it, and it makes it a little easier to work with, almost like using a liquid liner, but being able to use your angled brush. And obviously, I'm going to use my favorite brush, which is the Nars 47, and I'm going to take that and start doing my liner. For this look, I am just going to be creating a small wing and also bringing in the liner all the way to the inner corner. I swear I started off with such a small, thin wing, and then that line just kept getting bigger. You know how liner is. Anyway, now I'm going in with mascara to prep for my false lashes. Make sure you do top and bottom. For my lashes, I'm using Salon Perfect Demi Wispies and then a MAC Lash Applicator. And let me tell you, the struggle is real trying to do this on camera. So I eventually gave up and just did it off camera. Sorry about that. The eyes are now done, so I'm moving on to the face. I'm grabbing MAC Accentuate Shaping Powder on a 159 brush, and I'm using that to highlight. This is not sold in stores, but you can find it online. MAC's Melba Blush. If you don't have it, you need it. It's like a perfect combination of pink and peach, and I'm using that just to warm up my skin. It looks so pretty in springtime. And again, going in with my MAC 187, I just like to do this to make sure there's not any harsh lines. It really just buffs everything out for me. To contour my face, I am using MAC's Taupe Blush. You can find this online or at a pro or just a freestanding MAC store. You cannot find it at the partner stores. But I'm using that on a Nars Eda brush. I have mixed feelings about it, but I do like it. And I clearly can't see because I'm having to dip down to my normal mirror. I take it on my cheekbones, down the sides of my nose, not the center, and then right along the sides of my forehead to make it look a little smaller. Moving on to my lips, I'm grabbing MAC Boldly Bare, and I am outlining them as well as filling them completely in with the pencil. Once I have my lips completely filled in with that lip pencil, I'm going to go in with MAC Honey Love Lipstick. This is a matte formula. I love it. It's going to last all night long for you. And then I'm going to take Melted Sugar Liquid Lipstick on a lip brush, and I'm going to be placing that mainly in the center of my lips, and it just gives it a little bit of shine, but again, it's still going to last all night for you. It's a beautiful combination. And that's the finished look, guys. If you liked this, please comment, subscribe, and come back.